everybody, and welcome back to another video. And if you're here for the very first time, it's lovely to meet you and you're very welcome. I'm Jane and my husband Mike is behind the camera. We're British, early retirees, debt and mortgage free, and living a thrifty, frugal and money saving life on a super tight budget here in Brittany in northwest France. And every Wednesday we bring you a midweek money chat. And this week is where we share our budgets for October. We don't share our budget with you every month, we share it sort of every few months. We know some of you find it helpful. I find it helpful to watch other budgeting videos. I pick up things maybe that I haven't budgeted for, that I should be budgeting for. So we really hope that you enjoy the video today, that you find it useful. So here we are, Budget with me. This is our October budget. Every budget needs to start with the money coming in, and the money we've got coming in this for October, that is our budget that we will live off, is £2,683, and that is after a 22% deduction from the YouTube income, and that is for the French system where we pay into a social charge. When you're looking at the amount of money that we have to live off for October of 2,683, you might think, well, is that a lot of money, Jane? Is that not much money? Where is that in the whole scheme of things? The average French salary, and this is the take-home amount, and there are usually two people in the household earning this, is 2,587. So that's the take-home, that's the average. And that's not the median, that is the average. The minimum wage take home would be 1,383 or 2,766 for a couple. That is if they both had minimum wage. So ours works out at sort of 1,341 each, or as we have this month, 2,683 as a couple. It is slightly below minimum wage, but let's take a look at it in terms of people who are retired. And when I did my research looking for average French pensions, it's really difficult to find an average. It was very difficult, but the answer I got more often than not, the most common answer I got was 1,200. So when you look at what we have as retirees with a bit of pension and a bit of income, we're okay. And if you look at the bottom figure there as well, what would be the comfortable amount of money for a couple to be retired on? It would be 3,000 a month. So you can see there with our 2,683, it's not far off that. So as retirees with a bit of earnings from YouTube, I would say we are comfortable. Our budget is what we call a zero balance budget. It's not just what we call it, it's just what it is called. It means at the beginning of the month, before we spend any money, we give every euro a job. Let's start with this. So we have income of 2,683. And the first thing we take off and we put away is 10% for long-term savings. So this month we'll put away 268 euros. We also, the moment we buy a car, we start saving for the next one. Obviously we'll trade in the one we've got, we'll add 5,000 to it. So here we go. So we have 3 years, we have 5,000 divided by 36 months is 140 a month. And then we've got our sinking funds, which I've rounded up to 8,000 a month. And I take away those figures from it and I'm left with 1,275 to pay my bills, to live off, and we'll go into that next. I had the figure there that I rounded up to 1,000 euros for sinking funds. You think, what are sinking funds? Annual bills, household and DIY and replacement, ongoing renovations, car service, maintenance, wood, heating, pet costs, gifts, trips, holidays and clothes. All our funds are kept in one account and balances are tracked with their own page in an account book. So each page, there's a page for clothes, there's a page for pet costs, there's a page for renovations, and we check those balances in and out on paper. Let's go through our sinking funds. We have cotisations foncières d'entreprise, which is business tax, and it'd be approximately 800, which is 70 a month. So you can see on the middle column is the amount for the year, and on the right hand column is how much we have to put aside each month. We have got a car service and maintenance, and we've allowed 1,000 for that in a year. Unlikely we'll need it, but it's always best to be cautious, 90 a month. Plants for the garden of 360, 30 a month. Renovation projects we've allowed for this year 3,600, which is 300 a month. We've got the dogs, we have 2 dogs, and for their veterinary needs, 1 dog is getting old, and also their bichon frise, they have to have their hair cut every 2 months. And that's 1,080 a month, a year, 90 a month. Property tax has gone up now, it's just under 870 a month. For our refuse and recycling, it's 240 a year, 20 a month. Our wood and heating, we'll be saving up for next year, is 760 a month. Our water bill that we pay twice a year is about 150 each time, 30 a month. Trips, holidays to go to the UK, it's 600 for the ferry, it's 600 for the Airbnb, it allows us 400 for spending, we're there for the week, and that's 140 a month that we put aside. Gifts, we have 12 gifts to buy at 50 euros a gift, 600 together, we save 50 a month. Clothing, shoes, coats, everything, we allow ourselves 300 each a year. That's 600 for the year and 50 a month. So it comes to 970. I've rounded that up to 1,000 that we need to put aside every single month to afford all of those things over the year. Now, some of them are not absolute definites. We're not absolutely sure yet what our business tax will be here, but we've gone for the worst case scenario. We don't know, for example, that our dogs will definitely need the vet, but we've gone for the worst case scenario. So we always err on the side of caution. We always put more money aside, which is better than not enough. I thought I'd answer a couple of questions that I've had in the past of, why do we save so much and why do we have so little discretionary? Because we don't like surprises. We know that things do not just crop up. The car needing repair will not be a surprise. Any work that needs to be done in the house, that something needs repairing, is not a surprise. We plan for this. We plan in case we need to replace something. We plan in case we need to buy something. So there's no surprises. And we prefer to save for the big things and pay for them in full. So we prefer to save for things like a car or renovations or Christmas or birthdays and just pay for it all in full. Let me go through our living costs. We have our electricity bill, which is 100 a month. We don't spend that much on electricity, but like I said previously, we always like to work on the worst case scenario. And we do have a system here in France that for maybe 2 or even 3 months of the year that we don't get an electricity bill because we've paid it in advance. It says there gas bottle. We have a portable gas heater that we put in Mike's office for when he's working up there. It has a gas bottle in it, and in October we will need to buy a gas bottle for that, which is 30 euros. Beauty, I pay someone who comes and waxes my eyebrows and my face, I don't want to do it myself. I want to pay someone else to do it. It is my choice. TV and internet, we have 2 internet systems here. We have Orange and Bouygues, and we have the TV and phone and internet, and all of that is €48. We have 2 mobile phones, that cost is €35. Our health insurance for our top-up insurance is €101. Our car insurance is €53. Our home insurance is €22. We often get asked this, why do we not pay those all in one go? It isn't any cheaper. They don't put the price up if you pay monthly, so we pay monthly. Pet food budget is £70 a month. For the car fuel and the garden fuel, in October we will not be cutting the grass so much, so we will allow less fuel for that, probably €20 for the garden fuel and £60 for the car fuel. And then we've got the supermarket, which pays for everything. All food, all drink, all cleaning products, all toilet products, toiletries, or everything from toilet cleaners to loo rolls, everything. £400 a month. And then we have the bank charge, and we have 4 bank accounts. So we pay €12 a month for 4 bank accounts. And the total of our living costs for October is €976. Okay, let's go through our final budget to get ourselves to the zero. So we have the income of €2,683. We're going to put aside savings of €1,408. We have living costs of €976. It's a no spend month, so the spare €299 will go into our savings. January, July and October are no spend months for us. We try in the year to put aside another €1,000 into savings. And we save for that, for the things that we like, the things that we want. And this year we really want to buy either a GoPro or a camera. And we're thinking, not definitely, because nothing's set in stone, of buying another freezer. But if we do buy a freezer, we will probably pick one up secondhand. So that brings us to zero. When it isn't a no spend month, that €299 is discretionary spending. And what we do with that is we take €50 each as cash. We can do with that what we like. We can buy a bottle of wine, box of chocolates. I can buy something from the charity shop. And the $199 would be left in our bank account as spare if we needed something. We don't tend to go over budget on our budgeted items, but we might decide within that month there might be something that we want to buy. Thank you so much for watching. If you found that useful or interesting or entertaining, go on, hit the like button. Thank you to all subscribers, old and new, and thank you to everyone who leaves a comment, and we read every one. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.